Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. So, in today's video, I am doing a twin flame reading for the Twin Flame Collective. I do channel these readings on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so be sure to check back on those times and days for future updates. Now, right away, I'm feeling this kind of heavy energy come through, and I am going to channel more information on that in a moment. What is going on with this heavy energy? All tied up. Okay, someone feeling as though their hands are tied in some situation and feeling a lot of love, and yet someone feeling like they are either bound to someone or something that is preventing them from moving forward, or feeling as though they want to move something forward within this connection, but they are being held back in some sense. Can I get more information on this all tied up card? By the way, be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet, because this does help me to pick up on more specific messages for you and your situation. Okay, so right away I'm getting two feminine energies coming through here. With the karmic, the woman holding a coin in the upright position, and the thinking woman reversed. And then on top of that, we have the angel of love, and this card really represents unconditional love. So right away, what I'm picking up is that these two feminine energies could be within the same person. This could be someone feeling as though they are fighting against themselves. Like, hold on, a card just flew out. Okay, the solar plexus chakra reversed, and door to personal healing and happiness in the upright position. I know that I need to heal. I know that I need to do this for myself. I need to rebuild my sense of inner strength, inner self-reliance, and confidence. With this woman holding a coin upright, I do often associate this with karmic energies, which is why I sometimes call this the karmic feminine card. But in this case, I'm almost picking up on one divine feminine being who is struggling within herself, because there is this overwhelming love with angel of love upright. It's intense, profound, unconditional love for a masculine here. And yet at the same time, there is this feeling of, I feel like my hands are tied in this situation for some reason, and I have to focus on myself. I have to focus on cultivating my own happiness, on my own journey of healing. And I feel that for this particular feminine, there is the realization, I'm hearing the painful realization for her, that at certain points along this spiritual journey, along this twin flame journey, she is going to, in the 3D world, have to do certain things alone. Not alone as in unsupported, because I do see that she is incredibly spiritually and energetically supported. But with indecision reverse, there is this feeling of needing to make a choice to commit to the self here. And I feel that for this feminine, this may have actually led to created some kind of disconnect between herself and the masculine whom she feels this really intense unconditional love for, because the way in which I feel her hands being tied is that by making this decision to focus on herself, there is this fear coming up here with thinking woman reverse. This represents the ego. This fear coming up that if I choose myself, I am somehow abandoning this connection, or that somehow I'm hearing, I'm afraid that you won't be there on the other side. And those are the fears that this divine feminine is being called to release. But I do feel a lot of pain wrapped up in this, a lot of back and forth energy, finally reaching the decision to, again, it's like to choose her own self, to choose this path of self growth, self love, self mastery, even if at times that appears to cause her feelings or perceptions of disconnect in the 3D from her divine masculine counterpart. Wow, very, very intense messages coming through. By the way, I know that this won't resonate with everyone. I tend to pick up on some of the stronger, dominant energies within the collective in these readings, but as I always say, only take what resonates with you personally. Now, if something does resonate with you, I would love if you could leave me a comment and let me know. So, really quick, I want to know a message for this divine feminine, whoever you are, because quite frankly, I feel your pain. I feel this sense of wanting to move forward with your life, feeling so much overwhelming love for this masculine, and yet realizing that some situation here in the 3D has your hands tied, where at times it feels like you're choosing between yourself and this connection. I'm hearing that is the illusion. That is the illusion created by your ego, because when it comes to very high vibrational forms of soulmate connections, such as twin flames, of course, being the highest vibrational form of soulmates, what you need to know, divine feminine, is that only in choosing yourself can you ever truly, purely, and completely align with your highest vibrational counterparts here on this planet. But that's really the hidden truth here, because it's so easy to get trapped by the limiting ideas around love in the world, and to believe that if we as divine feminines choose ourselves, and if this causes some kind of disconnect in the 3D from our twin, that somehow we are betraying this connection or letting it go forever. But really, I'm hearing this message for you that truly in choosing yourself, you are healing that inner masculine energy. So in essence, you aren't sabotaging or ruining or betraying this connection. Actually, you are doing the only thing that could possibly preserve it, that could possibly, and when I say preserve, of course, I don't mean it could ever go away, because energetically it's always there, but I mean preserve the opportunity for things between the two of you to align in the future of this physical lifetime. Cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. And right away I'm feeling that there could be a feminine and masculine here who are actually both at this kind of rock bottom moments. For some masculines, I'm actually hearing that they may feel as though the thoughts or idea of losing the feminine or losing this connection has put them at this kind of rock bottom moments. So much fear and so much love coming from this masculine also. And we're going to channel into that in a moment, but the card coming out here is you came closer than anyone. I can't stop thinking about you. Yeah, I feel this really coming from a masculine energy here. And the second Starseed Oracle card to come out was Starkeeper, Cosmic Ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. Yeah, those are really the two key terms coming out here, surrender and staying grounded. So I am going to read a little bit from the guidebook for this cracked open card. Don't let the weight and density of the world squash your tender spirits. Instead, let it call even more of it home, into your body, at the center fronts of your life. It's through the extreme pressure of life's trials that diamonds are cultivated. It's when things are at their darkest that we cultivate proper faith, and our light is igniting. It's through the crumbling that we can allow our wounds to be alchemized. Let your pain, sorrow, and losses make you, not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. Be open to being cracked open, wide open. It's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds, and in ways we could only dream were possible. But first, they have to crack us open. So once again, I feel that this kind of rock bottom, cracked open energy is something that both counterparts are feeling here. For the feminine, I feel that this rock bottom kind of energy could be coming through that choice to make a decision or commitments. Yeah, and to take action with action in the upright position. By the way, guys, I know that you can hear this in my voice, but I am just a bit congested still today. I mentioned this in my last video. I'm not sick or anything like that. I just am either dealing with some form of allergies or potentially also some kind of throat clearing that's been going on as well in the throat chakra center, which I know many of you have been feeling as well. So because of that, I may keep the reading today a bit shorter than usual so that we can share some messages still in the extended as well. But with action and woman holding a coin upright, once again, it's like this need to take action in regards to something related to her physical life, her immediate reality. I feel many feminines having this sense of, I spend so much time in the higher realms, in the fifth dimension, in the 5D with you masculine, trying to sort all of this out, whether it's unconscious experiences through dreams, whether it's simply feeling tired during the day at times again because of these kinds of unconscious shifts and this unconscious energy work that this feminine actually does without even realizing it sometimes during the day. But there is this feeling of needing a shift in focus, needing to shift from being so 5D kind of oriented at times to stabilizing, grounding in the physical world, if that makes sense. Of course, still doing all of those things that help her to connect with her intuition, meditating, reading, doing those things that really light her up, but also choosing to take action for herself in very real, material, tangible ways. And the beautiful thing about this is very much a part of this feminine healing her inner masculine energy here. I also heard inner child wounds. So for some feminines, there could be inner child wounds coming up here around self-support and validation, meaning that for some feminines, as a child, they may have felt like they were unable to get the validation or support, just never feeling enough, with envy in the reverse position, always feeling like they were not enough for parental figures, for people around them. Again, this won't resonate with everyone, but for whoever this is for, it's like this divine feminine is finally learning to show up for herself, entering breakthrough. It's like she's having this mental and emotional breakthrough, realizing I have to be the one to believe in me. I have to be the one to support me with real physical, tangible action, to fully commit to myself rather than waiting around for someone else to come along and commit to me or support me. So I am now going to be channeling some messages from the divine masculine here because we've been focusing a lot on the feminine. I just saw the number 444, by the way, if that resonates with anyone. Fifth chakra in the reverse position. This card can represent a bit of a lack of communication or some kind of a communication block. I feel that some masculines, for some reason, may perceive the feminine at this time as being a bit distant or difficult to get through to, difficult to access in the 3D world or communicate with in a 3D way. I'm hearing like out of order, like it feels like their line to you for communication has been out of order. So maybe some feminines have been pulling away a bit with their communication. This could also speak to an energy block because within this masculine, I'm seeing that, yeah, fourth chakra reversed. I'm seeing that there's a feminine here who is energetically at the energy level demanding heart-centered communication. Essentially, she has raised her standards around communication. So the energetic signal she is sending to this masculine is, yes, I do want to communicate with you, but I'm no longer willing to settle for lower vibrational communication between us. When we do communicate, I want it to be open and heart-centered and authentic, and I won't settle for less than that. With the thinking man upright, it's like the reason that this masculine may feel as though at times recently he's been blocked in some sense from communicating with the feminine. Again, this may not be literally a block. This may be confusing for some feminines listening because you may be thinking, I'm open and available. He knows how to reach me. But energetically, the reason there is this feeling of things being out of order for this masculine or not being able to reach you is because, again, energetically, divine feminine, you have raised your standards around communication. So the signal you are putting out is, I want heart-centered, open, authentic communication, or nothing, if that makes sense. And so what's going on here is, as long as this masculine is still spiraling in this egocentric energy with the thinking man upright, he's quite literally blocked from communicating with you at the energetic level, at the spiritual level. And as we know, all communication has to begin energetically and spiritually before it begins to manifest itself through physical 3D words and actions. So really what's going on here is, by raising your standards, divine feminine, around communication, again, whether you've been doing this literally by setting boundaries with your words or actions, or whether this has been more unconscious, simply by you focusing fully on yourself, shifting your energy in that way, raising your standards, regardless, this is pushing, I'm hearing, forcing the masculine's hands, but in the best kind of way on a cosmic level, because even though it's causing them a lot of pain to feel this block, to feel disconnected from you when they're in this ego-based space, this is also pushing them to really take a deeper look at their hearts, to clear out heart chakra blocks. For some of them, I'm hearing these could be very, very ancient, stemming even further than even their childhood in this one lifetime to previous lifetimes, with attachments in the upright position, and the number 5 coming out here, 555, representing really powerful change. I see this masculine being pushed to quite literally take off the mask, because the woman in this image is holding a mask and removing it from her face, and I see this masculine saying, I am working on taking off my mask, on releasing these blocks in my hearts. So I want to see what this masculine is releasing, or how he's taking off the mask, what blocks are being released for this masculine. Door to personal healing and happiness in the upright position. Interesting. We'll channel more information on this as well. How does this door to personal healing and happiness apply here? Angel of love in the upright position. Wow, so I feel this masculine saying, at this higher self level, divine feminine, you holding space for me in unconditional love, even again if you have shifted your focus. And in fact, through you shifting your focus to yourself, divine feminine, you've held the space of unconditional love in our connection. And this has pushed me to finally make the choice to heal, to finally begin taking a look, a real look at myself, is what I hear this masculine saying, and choosing to begin focusing on my own journey of self-growth and self-love. I feel this masculine just at a higher self-level, admiring the feminine here for the ways in which she's made choices to support herself, to heal herself, to grow. Watching from a distance, I almost get this energy of there could be physical 3D separation here, and again, the feminine focusing on herself, and whether the masculine sees that literally in the 3D, he senses it energetically, and I feel this higher self admiration just pouring out of him, this feeling of him cheering her on from what appears to be the sidelines, but really energetically they are a team, they are mere souls. And I feel this masculine saying, keep going, keep healing yourself, keep growing, keep loving yourself in this way, supporting yourself. I am so proud of you and you making these choices, commitments, and decisions for yourself, even though at times in the 3D they may cause us both pain. I also know at a higher self level that this is what needs to be done, and this is pushing me to face my own fears, to, with the journey card up, writes, go on that arduous journey within myself that I've been avoiding or putting off for a long time. I get this energy of procrastination here, like a masculine who has put off making inner changes or doing the work within himself for a while, but it's like, again, the feminine through her actions, her energetic shifts has really forced the masculine's hand here in a cosmic way, causing him to now need to go within himself for what he may have been finding or seeking externally through other feminine energies, specifically that emotional reconnection with self, because for many masculines, when the divine feminine counterpart is more available to them in the 3D, but the masculine is still unhealed within himself, he will tend to use the presence of the divine feminine physically to bridge the gaps within himself of emotional self-reconnection. So what tends to happen is this can lead to negative patterns and dynamics and feelings of stuckness, because oftentimes it's only when the feminine begins to shift her focus within her own self and at times begins to withdraw herself from the physical presence of the masculine that he begins to really focus on making those shifts and changes within himself, because he can no longer access the divine feminine as easily in the physical world, and therefore it pushes him to access and heal his own inner divine feminine energy. Wow, so I'm going to reshuffle the cards here, and of course in the extended version of this reading I will be channeling more details from the reading as well as higher self love messages from both the divine masculine and divine feminine to one another. So if this reading has been resonating with you and you would like to explore the extended reading, I have left a link to that in the pinned comments and description box under this video. But for now, as I said, I am going to keep this reading a bit shorter to preserve my voice, so I'm going to channel just a bit from this Rumi Oracle guidebook for the card, The Right Choice. So just give me a moment here. Stay close to those who know about the hearts. Choose the shade of a tree that is always in bloom. Don't meander aimlessly among the herb sellers and potion vendors. Go directly to the shop that sells nothing but sweets. Don't sit waiting by every boiling pot to have your plate filled. Not every boiling pot is cooking what you want. Not every sugar cane is filled with sugar. Not every down has an up. Not every eye has vision. Not every sea contains pearls. Rumi. On the path of love, there is not so much wrong and right in the moral sense, so much as what is wrong or right for you. The mind cannot help so much here. Only the heart can speak such truths. The mind may reject it, recoil, analyze, and finds all the reasons why the simple truth, the right choice of the hearts, cannot possibly work and only lead to pain. That is what the mind does rather well, actually. But it doesn't mean the right choice, the heart choice, becomes incorrect. It means rather that the heart has outsmarted the mind, that the mind will need to bow to the hearts, even without understanding its sometimes impenetrable mysteries. Eventually, love will prevail, and the way forward must be taken. So I really hope this reading resonated with someone listening. If it did, please be sure to leave me a comment and let me know. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your week and weekends, and I will talk to you again in Monday's Twin Flame reading.